All right, we're going to start off in a child's pose today. Get the hips a little time to just soften up. Come on down. Maybe a little wiggling here, kind of moving side to side, kind of giving those hip flexors a little bit of a gentle massage. Allow the forehead to roll around to kind of smooshing out that space between the eyebrows, smooshing out the forehead. And just give your breath a little time to get long and slow. Okay, allow your awareness to condense inward into just this moment and everything happening right now. And it's okay if we notice thoughts of the past and thoughts of what the future might be. We can just notice those things, but we know they're just thoughts. And we know that we can bring awareness back to what is real right now. We can really root and connect to the moment and find some harmony, a sense of peace right here, right now. Okay, take a moment to notice how your body's feeling today. All the little sensations from your fingers down to your toes. We'll start to bring in some movement here. So we'll get pretty spicy pretty quickly here. In your child's pose, lift your hips just enough that you can tuck your toes under, okay? And we'll sit the hips down nice and low. And we're gonna put some weight down into the hands and some weight in the feet. Okay, a little bit of a challenge here. We're gonna lift the knees up off the mat. So we call this a beast pose. So like you're a crouching beast. Knees are floating. It's a bit of a challenge for the legs, okay? So from here, bring your shoulders forward so they're over your wrists, okay? A little bit challenging for the legs. So just drop the knees at any time if you need to. Okay, take one more big breath here with your shoulders over your wrists. And then exhale back to your beast pose, floating those knees, trying to sit your hips onto your heels. Whew, quads on fire. Inhale forward, shoulders over wrists. Exhale to your beast. Let's do that 3 more times, nice and slow. Inhale forward. Keep a little squeeze between the knees and exhale beast. 2 more, inhale forward. And exhale beast. Last one, inhaling forward. Last time, exhaling to your beast pose. From here, should feel like a big relief. Go ahead and lift your hips, lift your knees. Find a downward facing dog. Let's walk the heels out. Just take a moment, stretching out your legs, shaking your head. Let's give the shoulders a few really luxurious rolls all the way around in one direction, and then, of course, in the other direction. So just beginning to wake up these joints. It's a bit cold here today, so maybe we spend a little extra time warming up. Okay, so let's build a little warm-up flow, okay? And we'll build it piece by piece, and then we'll run through it a few times, breath by breath, just building that heat. Okay, take a big breath in here. Move your heart forward towards your hands. We're gonna float the shoulders over the wrists in a plank pose. So remember, your plank is interpretable. You can have your knees down. You can have your knees up. As long as your shoulders are over your wrists and your core is engaged upward, we call it a plank, okay? As you're ready, walk to your hands. We're gonna fold here. You can bend the knees really generously and hang your spine nice and low. Maybe shake the head, maybe sway a little bit. Allowing the back of your body to release and your spine to lengthen. Okay, as you're ready, inhale, roll yourself up to standing. You want to think of stacking those vertebrae like little discs, lifting your heart, maybe your gaze and your hands, who knows? We're gonna bring something up with us, okay? We're gonna bring the right knee up. So ground into your left foot, bring that right knee up. Okay, balancing on that left foot is challenging. So if you need to drop the right toe at any time, you will, but we won't be here for too long. As you're ready, lean your heart forward, so like you're hinging at your hips. We're gonna step the right toe toward the back of our space. So before you put a lot of weight in it, find that spot first back there, and then we can put equal weight in both legs and find a crescent lunge. And we'll take a few breaths here. Pushing equally into the back foot and the front. We have a little soft bend in the back knee and a big bend in the front knee. Strong belly muscles, shoulders down the back. How about one more breath here in your crescent lunge? And as you're ready, drop your hands underneath your shoulders. Go ahead and drop them inside that front foot. That's the left foot. And then we'll step this left foot up in the sky, okay? So send this left foot up and back in the sky, three-leg dog. Take a big breath as you stretch it high. And then with your exhale, set that left foot down, back in downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk it out. Shake it off. Ooh, okay. Now let's do that nice and slow on the other side, and we'll run through it nice and slow like we did before. Everything the same, but opposite. So with your inhale, move your heart forward, find a plank. Okay, with your exhale, walk to your hands, give a nice fold here. Bend your knees and hug your legs very gently, stretching out your back body. Inhale, roll yourself up to stand tall, reach tall. Let's bring the left knee up with us, okay? Bring it up, balancing on that right foot. With your exhale, hinge at the hips, lean your heart forward and send the left toe toward the back of your space. Remember, find the spot before we put weight in it. As you're ready, inhale, lift your heart in your crescent lunge, okay? Pushing down equally into both legs. Now with your exhale, drop those hands under your shoulders or down in a lunge, nice and low. With your inhale, let's get the right leg up in the sky, a three-leg dog, stretching it nice and high. With your exhale here, downward facing dog, the right foot down to meet the left. Okay, so let's do that again. This time we'll start in a plank, just like we did before. Inhale forward to a plank. We'll move a little faster maybe this time, now that we're familiar. And exhale as you walk to your hands and fold. Inhale, roll it up. Stand tall, the right knee floats up. Exhale, send the right toe back. Okay, find your feet. Inhale, lift your heart in a crescent lunge. The back heel is up, pushing into your legs. And exhale, drop those hands under your shoulders. Down in a lunge. Inhaling here, left leg in the sky, three-leg dog. Exhale, drop your left foot, downward facing dog. Awesome. Inhale, heart forward to plank. And exhale, walk to your hands, fold. Inhale, roll it up. Now the left leg is coming up here. Stand tall, lift that left knee high. And exhale, shoot the left toe back, find the floor. Once you're sure of your feet, inhale, lift your heart, find a crescent lunge with strong legs. Exhale, drop the hands under the shoulders. Inhale, right foot in the sky, 3-leg dog, stretch it high. Exhale here, downward facing dog. Okay, beginning to get warm. Let's do one more on each side. Here we go. Inhale for your plank. Exhale, walk to your hands and fold. Inhale, roll up to stand tall. Bring that right knee up with you. Exhale, shoot the toe back, find a lunge. Find your feet first. Then inhale, crescent lunge, push the feet down. Exhale, hands down under shoulders. Inhale, left leg up in the sky. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very nice. Okay, one more side and then we'll finish with this flow. Inhale, forward to your plank. Exhale, walk to your hands and fold it. Inhale, roll up. Left knee comes up with us this time. Exhale, step it back to find the floor. Inhale, lift your heart, crescent lunge. Exhale, drop those hands under your shoulders. Inhale here, right leg up in the sky, 3-leg dog. Exhale here, downward facing dog. We are back where we started. Walk it out. Okay, notice if the heels reach the floor or come closer to the floor a little more easily. Maybe a little bit more warmth in the shoulders and the backs of the legs here. Who knows? Okay, now that we've warmed up a little bit, let's get a little bit warmer. Let's switch our flow around. So remember, as we go along, take those breaks if you need them. Modify. I'll try to give you options as always. Most importantly, everything should feel great and you should always be having a good time and able to breathe deeply. And that's how you know your practice is going well today. Okay, with your inhale, let's get that right leg up in the sky. We're going to send it up into a 3-leg dog. Okay, with your exhale here, step that right foot outside your right hand. We're going to come forward into a lunge. Come up on your fingertips here. So give yourself a lot of space with your heart kind of lifting away from the floor. And put a soft bend into both the knees. Keeping in mind, you can drop the back knee at any time if you need to. Okay, so knees up or down, yogi's choice. And we're going to rock the hips forward and back kind of gently and softly, just a few times. Nothing serious, nothing strainful, just a rocking forward and a pulling back. So we're talking directly to that right hamstring when we pull back, yeah? And we're talking directly to that right hip flexor when we pull forward. So really waking up the hips and the legs here with some gentle movement. Okay, really accentuating that right ankle flex when we pull back will help us move into the back of the leg with a lovely stretch. Okay, next time you come forward into your lunge, drop into the left hand. Let's get the left palm all the way down on the floor. We're going to get the right hand up and take a few breaths in this twist. So keep in mind, you could keep the back knee up here, or you could drop it down, maybe get your bearings, pick it up whenever you're ready. So be flexible with that back knee option. And just breathe. Make sure the bottom elbow is a little bit bendy and soft, okay? Let's see if we could pick the right shoulder up and stack it perfectly on top of the left, okay? Looking up, down, or anywhere that your nose feels like it naturally wants to point. One more big breath here, maybe pushing the floor a little bit extra with those strong, strong legs. And as you're ready, we're gonna let this go. We'll drop the right hand back underneath the right shoulder and come out the way we came in through a 3-leg dog. So with your inhale, let's get the right leg in the sky. Send it nice and high. And let's pause here to take a little scorpion moment because we can, okay? Go ahead and bend that right knee and shoot the toes toward the left as if you could just point them over to the left. Now let's pause here for a moment. And breathe into that right hip. So in our scorpion pose, it's important for us to remember to keep the shoulders level with the floor. You notice that right shoulder wants to come up. Keep it level with the left. And think about your heart moving toward the back of your space. So a lovely stretch in the back of your left leg, okay? One more breath here in your scorpion, maybe lifting that right knee nice and high. And as you're ready, let it go. Drop that right foot next to the left and walk it out. Okay, excellent work. Let's do the left side. So inhaling here, left leg up in the sky, 3-leg dog. Exhaling here, send that left foot forward, drop it outside your left hand. And let's get a little bit more comfortable in our lunge. So come up on those fingertips, make a little tent out of each hand, a little spider tent. And just very loosely, very easily rock the hips forward and back. We can do this with the back knee down if we want. And start to kind of exaggerate that flex in the left ankle, as if the toes really could try to reach back for your shin. And that's going to give us some great stretchiness in the back of that left leg. Some active stretching. Just waking up our legs in our lunge today. Sometimes those legs just need a little bit of time. Get back into lunge mode. Okay, next time you come forward, the front knee is bent. You're in that lunging shape. We're going to drop that right hand back on the floor and get the left arm up. Okay, finding a twisty lunge here. And you could drop the back knee if you wanted to, really take it easy, or you could stay a bit more lifted in your shape. So wherever you are, breathe deeply, bend that bottom elbow as if you wanted to point it back, okay? And then stack the top shoulder over the bottom shoulder. Big breath, pushing the floor away with 2 legs. One more breath here in your twisty, twisty lunge. And as you're ready, let's come out. Let's drop that left hand back underneath the left shoulder. Okay, grounding in those palms. Inhaling here, left leg in the sky, 3-leg dog. Take a moment for scorpion here. With your exhale, bend that left knee, point the toes to the right. Okay, and pause. So keep in mind here, for a gentle option, you could drop the right knee and keep going from there. So always gentle when we're feeling a little bit of strain, we just make it gentle. Okay, if everything's going well, I want you to level your shoulders off with the mat, drop that left shoulder low, and move your hips toward the back of your space. Okay, big stretch in the back of the right leg. Maybe we lift that left knee 1 inch. Big opening in that left hip. One more breath, scorpion. And then let it go. Downward facing dog. Excellent work. Okay, let's take a little vinyasa just to cleanse the palate. Okay, with your inhale, move that heart forward to a plank. With your exhale, maybe put a little hop in it. Maybe hop halfway to your hands and then step the rest of the way to your fold. Give yourself a little hug here. Maybe grab your elbows and kind of swing. Let the back lengthen out. Backs of the legs open up. Okay, maybe keep your elbows grabbed. If you have them grabbed, see if you can stay just like this. And inhale, roll yourself all the way up. Okay, a little stretchy opening spot for your shoulders here. With your exhale, see if you could reach your elbows out to one side. So press your elbows out to the right. Open up in the side of your body, side of your ribs. With your inhale, bring it back up to center. Maybe lift that heart. Maybe a little back bend feeling here. And then the other side, exhale here. Point those elbows to the left. Stretch open the right. Inhale, back up to center here. Big, big, big heart. And then you can release your arms if they were grabbed. Let it go. Roll yourself all the way down. Palms are down here. With your inhale, step it back to your plank. Maybe there's a little hop in here and then a step. We're coming all the way down to the floor next, okay? Finishing out our little vinyasa. So with your exhale, tuck your elbows in, maybe knees down, maybe not, as you float all the way down to the floor. Okay, here's a little cobra shape. Press the tops of your feet down, squeeze your elbows back and together, and inhale as you pull your heart open. It could be a little shape, it could be big, but make that heart big and open. And with your exhale here, make your way back to a downward facing dog. You can come up through your hands and knees. You can come up through a plank. I'll meet you there. Walk it out here, shake your head, shake everything out. Okay, take a moment, maybe 5 or 6 breaths here in your downward facing dog. Just noticing how you feel. Okay, so from our downward facing dog, let's build on our little flow that we've kind of been building. We'll kind of riff on it. Let's see how it goes. So inhaling here, let's get that right leg up in the sky, 3-leg dog. Maybe just for fun, look at your hands while you do this, extending your spine, opening the heart a little bit. Now let's see if we could step through, okay? So with your exhale, see if you could step that right hand through and drop it between your hands, okay? Right foot through, sorry. Okay, drop the back knee, maybe keep the back knee up and find that twist again, dropping the left hand low, reaching the right hand up. So breathe here with me. Same place we were before. Again, back knee can come down, back knee can be up, but no matter what, I want you to push the floor with your legs and be soft in that bottom elbow, the left elbow. Now let's try this out. What if we pointed the right toes out to the right? So you're going to spin on that right heel, externally rotating in that right hip, pointing the right toes out in that direction somewhat, doesn't have to be crazy. And we're going to drop that back heel, the left heel, to the left. Okay, so we're rolling onto the outer edge of the foot. So now we're in this funky lunge where all of our toes are pointing out to the right. And we're going to play with this shape, okay? So go ahead and drop your hip, your left hip, low to the ground. You're going to have to bend the left elbow, experiment with how low you could drop that left hip. And it should feel like a lovely stretch across your left side. I want you to keep that left foot nice and flexed. And now let's try the opposite. See if you could push the floor away from you. Lift your hips nice and high, maybe even extending that right knee a little or a lot. Okay, take your time just to feel these two shapes. Now let's play with them. Let's build a mini flow, okay? Drop your hip nice and low here, your left hip. And now lift it nice and high. Maybe even stretching that right hand over your head. Again, drop the left hip low as you exhale. Now pick it up high as you inhale. Just playing around. Should be feeling some big opening in the right outer hip. Okay, again, exhale down. Inhale up. Maybe 2 more just like that. We'll call it a horizon lunge. Okay. One more down. And one more up, okay? All right, from here, we're transitioning back the way that we came. So let's drop the right hand under the right shoulder, pop up the back heel, and point those front toes, that's the right toes, forward again. So we're back in the lunge where we started, okay? And then let's back out through a 3-leg dog. With your inhale, right leg in the sky. Let's take a moment to find that scorpion hip opening place again, okay? So exhale, right toes point to the left. Pause in that scorpion, pressing the heart back, lifting the knee. And then exhale here, let it go. Downward facing dog, okay? Whew, okay, now let's see if we can mix all that up on the other side. Let's try it out. With your inhale, left leg in the sky, swing it high, look forward at your hands, little back extension feeling here. We're gonna step through. So exhale here, step the left foot between your hands, okay? You can drop the back knee or not, yogi's choice. We're gonna lift the left hand up here, big breath in as you twist open to the side. Now stay here with me. I'm actually gonna spin around to face you, but we are in the same place, okay? So you could drop the back knee here if you needed to. Keep that in your pocket. But we're gonna spin on the left heel. Go ahead and spin that heel. Point the toes out to the left, the way you're looking. And let's drop the right heel to the right so that the right toes are also pointing to the left, okay? So this works best if that right ankle is very flexed, okay? Very flexed ankle. So let's try just finding the range of motion very gently. Allow the right hip to sink toward the floor. Should feel like a lovely stretch across the whole right side. Take your time there. See if you could hover it just off the floor. And now let's try the opposite. See how high you can lift the right hip, maybe extending the left leg a little, maybe a lot. Yogi's choice. Now let's move between those two. Find a mini flow. Exhale low. And inhale high. You can even sweep the top hand, the left hand in a rainbow shape overhead. Exhale low. Inhale high. Okay, just find what feels right here, moving those legs around. 3 more, down and up. 2 more, down and up. Once more, please, down. And once more, up. Okay, from here, let's come back out the way we came in. Go ahead and drop that left hand under your left shoulder. Come back up on the right toes. The right heel points up again, back behind you. And let's spin the left toes to point forward. So we're back in just a regular vanilla lunge where we started. Let's come out through a 3-leg dog from here. So with your inhale, left leg in the sky. Okay, with your exhale, let's take a scorpion moment because we can. Bend that left knee, point the toes to the right, and lift that left knee high. Press the heart back, back, back. Okay, as you're ready, let it go. Come back to downward facing dog. Walk it out. All right, let's take another little palate cleansing vinyasa, okay, before we go on and before we continue to riff on that flow. With your inhale, move your heart forward, find a plank. Maybe there's a tiny hop here. As you exhale and hop and or step to your hands to fold, hugging your legs gently. Inhale to roll yourself up. Lift that heart. Interlace your fingers here and flip your palms up. Okay, we're going to take a little interlude here just to play. With your exhale, okay, press your hips or your hands out to the right, okay? And I'm turning to face you, but we're in the same place that we were before. Just pressing those hands to the right. Hold and breathe here. Okay, just a little playfulness. Go ahead and put all your weight in your left foot, okay? The opposite direction of where your hands are pushing out to. And then pick up your right heel so that you're just on your right tippy toes. And then take your right tippy toes out to the right, just like a ballerina would, okay? Now play here with me. All the weight is in the left foot. The hands and the right foot are reaching out to the right. What if we lifted the right toe and just balanced on that left foot? Okay, be playful. Bring the toe down as many times as you need to. Maybe close your eyes. Letting that left leg struggle for balance. See if you can keep your neck really long by drawing the shoulders away from your ears. And I think it helps when you're balancing to find something to stare at that won't move. All right. How about one more big breath here, balancing on that left foot, feeling your shoulders get warm too. And come out with control. Drop the right foot, release your hands, and fold. Come all the way down. Let yourself hang and swing. Okay, now, of course, we need to do the other side. So without further ado, inhale, roll yourself up, reach up tall, interlace your fingers, flip the palms up. And with your exhale, press those palms out to the left, okay? And we're still in the same place, but I'll spin around to face you. Okay, take a moment, make your neck really long, okay? And put some weight in that right foot now, all the weight in the right foot. Let's pop up the left heel and then take the left toes out to the left. Make them really light on the floor. So we could stay with the toes down, okay? Still amazing work there. Maybe we lift the toes up, just balance. Playfully balancing, falling out as many times as you need to. Maybe close your eyes. Ooh, it's challenging with the eyes closed. Breathing here. Find some strength in that left outer hip. One more breath here in your balancing shape. And then come out with control. Drop the left foot. Release your hands. Should feel great to come all the way down to a fold and just shake it out here. Okay, as you're ready, let's get back to our regularly scheduled vinyasa. Okay, drop those hands, palms to the floor. With your inhale, come back to a plank. Maybe you've got a little playful hop in here, and then you step back. Okay, with your exhale, all the way down to the floor, float down like a leaf. Squeeze your elbows in, find your cobra shape. With your inhale, pull your big heart open. And with your exhale, make your way back to a downward facing dog. I'll meet you there. Okay, welcome back to downward facing dog. We're gonna take 5 or 6 breaths right here, just feeling the shape. So if you are feeling like, wow, I could really use a child's pose break right now, this would be a great time to take it. Just take your breaths in your child's pose, okay? Resting your shoulders, calming your heart rate, calming your breath rate down. If downward facing dog feels great to you, push the hands and feet into the floor. We want to think of lifting the tailbone to the sky and drawing the heart back toward the back of your space. Maybe close your eyes, just feeling where you are on the earth. Feeling your place in the universe, noticing the moment unfolding perfectly, atom by atom. Okay, wherever you are, taking one more big, beautiful breath before we get back to our flow, heading into our pigeon pose now that we're nice and warm. All right, I'll meet you in your downward facing dog. If you want more child's pose time, do please take that time. Just pop back in whenever you're ready. All right, with your inhale, let's get that right leg up in the sky. Maybe gaze forward at your hands, bring in a little back extension into the mix. Okay, we're gonna step through. So on the exhale, step that right foot all the way through between your hands. Inhale the right hand up, finding your twist, okay? Point the right toes out to the right here. Drop that left heel to the left. Find your horizon lunge space. We're gonna drop that left hip on the exhale. Just one time, okay? And lift the right hip really high on the inhale, extending that right leg as much as we like. Okay, with your exhale, we're coming right back down. We're gonna drop the right hand on the outside of the right foot this time. Pop up that back heel, point the right toes forward, and drop the back knee, heading into our pigeon, okay? We can come up on the fingertips, and all we really need to do is shimmy this right foot over to the left, drop that right knee, and I want you to take tons of time to settle in. So we got the legs nice and warm, we're super prepared. This is a wonderful time to experiment with pigeon. Okay, remember all your pigeon landmarks. First of all, we want our 2 hips to be perfectly level with each other, equidistant from the mat, okay? We want the back foot a little flipper. The top of your little flipper is on the floor, so we know the left hip is internally rotating. And you can bring the right foot closer to you to make this a more gentle feeling in your right hip, you can also bring the right foot further away from you to make it a bigger opening. So yogi's choice, okay? Once you're really comfortable in your posture, I want you to activate your legs. So give the floor a gentle push with all 2 of your legs. And then when you feel that strength, then we're gonna keep that. We're gonna start to roll the heart out toward the floor out in front. And you can do an elbow hang where you hang your head. Some folks like to walk those elbows out and get the forehead all the way down. It's all good as long as you're feeling your pigeon and it feels right. So we're gonna take a few breaths here, just enjoying this lovely posture, okay? I do want you to feel relaxed. I do want you to feel a sense of release, but I also do want you to keep your legs on the clock because that is our #1 best way to get the full benefits of this beautiful posture, okay? Do push that floor with a little bit of strength in your legs. We're finding some lovely release into the right outer hip here. And keep your breath moving. Okay, just something to play with while you're here, okay? Keep your lower body just like it is. If you like, you can add a little twist in your upper body. Come up a little bit with your chest, and you could slide your left arm underneath your right arm and drop that left shoulder. Drop your left ear, and maybe you want to join your hands together and extend your elbows. Breathing here, keep pushing the floor. Breathing deeply. Okay, big feels in that right outer hip. Just breathe with the feelings. If it's ever too much, you have the control, you have the power to back yourself out. Just stay safe. How about one more breath here in whatever pigeon pose you have manifested for yourself here. Take time extracting yourself. If you twisted, bring yourself back to center first. All the time in the world, okay, to come out. Bring your hands back up underneath your shoulders. Tuck those back toes. Let's see if we could decompress ourselves out of this pigeon pose into a 3-leg dog. So let's lift the back knee. It's gonna feel great to extend this right leg out into space. Stretch it nice and high. Maybe we're gonna pair this with just a momentary scorpion, bending that right knee, pointing the toes to the left, opening that hip wide. Okay, and then let's let this go. Downward facing dog. Come on back. Okay, nice work. Let's just finish out the other side. Okay, and then we will rest. Inhaling here, left leg in the sky, maybe looking at your hands, a little tiny back extension. Then exhale, step the left foot through between your hands. Grounding into that right hand, inhale, lift up with the left into our little flow that we've built. Okay, point all the toes over to the left here. Find that horizon lunge space. And exhale, drop the hips nice and low. Inhale, push into both legs, lift the hips nice and high, just one time. And then exhale right back down to our lunge. So all the toes are gonna spin back to where they were before, but this time the left hand will come down outside that left leg and we can drop the back knee. Okay, up on your fingertips, we're all ready for pigeon. Let's walk the left foot over to the right and drop that left knee. So take your time setting yourself up, okay? You have so much time. Make sure the hips are level, okay? Shoulders are level. The back flipper is on the floor, put your little flipper down. And then maybe the left foot likes to be closer to you on this side. Maybe it likes to be further away. The two hips are definitely sisters and not twins. So they have unique needs. Once you're in your shape, push that floor away with both legs and then fold yourself down and over. Come on in. Okay, keeping those legs active here is so important. It's really easy to forget and kind of clock off. I catch myself all the time. So I have to remind myself to engage the glutes, push the floor, keep the legs on the clock. Okay, now as we feel like we want to start moving into that twist, we can skip the twist, but if you want it, you're going to lift your chest, you're going to slide that right arm underneath the left and drop the right shoulder and the right ear. I like to interlace my fingers and extend my arms here, okay? But really whatever feels nice, keep breathing, pushing the floor. Okay, pigeon is a nice time to just check in and notice how your practice has affected you and whatever sensations, maybe whatever kind of thought patterns or emotions might arise during your practice, we can kind of step back and just enjoy the view from here. Okay, enjoying those benefits, whatever gets stirred up in the practice. Sometimes we have difficult emotions that get stirred up, especially when we're working in the hips. And we just embrace all of that and we just look on all of that with compassion, no matter what. One more breath here in your active, compassionate, aware pigeon pose. And we want to extract slowly, so take your time. If you twisted, come back to center. Back up on your hands. And then let's try decompressing up and out into a three-leg dog, tucking the back toes, lifting the back knee, decompress that left leg, stretch it up and over. Three-leg dog, and then why not try a little scorpion here? Bending the left knee, point the toes to the right, opening up that hip. Take a breath or two as our last scorpion. And then let's let that go. Downward facing dog. Come on down. Okay, from here, walk all the way to your hands. Bend the knees very generously and give yourself a great big hug here. Nice work today. We twisted, we folded, we opened the hips and the heart. As you're ready, bend your knees, come all the way down to a seat. Okay, and you can lean back on your hands here with your fingers pointing back at you. With your feet on the floor in front of you. Just a little bitty stretch across the front of the body here, a little gentle reverse plank. So go ahead and push the floor away from you with your hands and your feet. Lift your hips toward the ceiling and enjoy a lovely stretch across the fronts of the shoulders and the fronts of the hips. Think of drawing the elbows and the knees inward toward each other. Tuck your chin, maybe even open your heart up a little bit more, who knows? Okay, as you are ready, we're going to bring those hips back to the floor. You can keep your knees bent here. Use a little bit of core control to reach your hands past your knees and hold yourself there, kind of like you're in a boat pose. And we're going to see if we can roll down with extreme control, one vertebra at a time, like a snake. Okay, so a very snaky spine. We're going to try to roll it down. Remember to keep breathing. Okay, once you land, you can extend those legs. Flop your palms up. Flop your feet open out to the side. And let yourself rest. Okay, let your breath slow down to just a natural, unharnessed pace and depth. Let it run wild and free. Allow all your muscles to relax. So no longer are we concerned with activating or strengthening anything. We're just letting the muscles exist in a completely effortless and easy state. Allow your whole self to just rest easy here. You might watch your thoughts come and go like clouds or birds. Okay. Allow yourself to just observe the thoughts and observe the body without any sense of trying to control or fix or do. Just observe. Find harmony with what is, whatever it is. Notice sounds around you and let them in. Let them be a part of this perfect moment unfolding. Notice sensations in your body just the same way. Let it all be a part of this perfect moment that you've cultivated with the discipline of your practice, just showing up to be compassionate and present. Allow your face to relax, the space between your eyebrows, your jaw, your eyeball muscles. If you notice any tension, with a sense of amusement and compassion, give yourself permission to just let it go. This is the most important part of our practice. Just being still with what is. All of those postures that we worked on are just preparation for this moment. So of course, rest like this for as long as you can. Okay, the longer the better, as always. But this is where I'll leave you today. Thanks so much for joining me.